Hello, my beautiful souls. I hope you're having a fantastic week. This is Kiana from Spiritual Soul, and I'm so happy you've joined me today. I have this week's Pick a Card reading, and the title of the reading is going to be, What Should You Do? So I want you to think of a situation that you're facing right now. We're going to talk about the situation, the feelings behind it, actions and considerations to take, the outcome, and then we're also going to be looking at some timing of it. I'll be sure to put the timestamps in the description of the video. And as always, I read intuitively, so listen to the messages that resonate, leave behind what doesn't, and I really hope that you gain some insight from this. So, I want you to take a deep breath in and out, think of your situation, and pick a pile that you're drawn to. Pile number 1, we have the ruby fuchsite, which is a beautiful, beautiful stone. Pile 2, we have this scolecite. In pile 3, we have rose quartz. All wonderful, wonderful stones for higher love, communications, and awareness. So let's get started. Hi, group 1. You are the ruby fuchsite. I love this stone. This is just such a neat one with all the little flecks of sort of ruby in there. So ruby fuchsite is fantastic for awareness. It's sort of a mystical balancing stone, and it stimulates your intuition. And it helps us understand love sort of on the higher level. So that's a wonderful stone that you've picked today. All right, so what should you do? We have 3 tarot cards. And these are the Paulina Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. I absolutely love her cards and her art. We have the 6 of Swords in reverse, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So let's just take a look into how this feels. We're going to be talking about the situation and how it feels, sort of the actions and considerations, and moving forward. And then we're going to be pulling some oracle cards for this. The 6 of Swords. So the situation. 6 of Swords is really usually about sort of progression, but also letting go of what you don't need and moving on. In reverse, we could be looking at some unresolved issues. And that might be why you're looking for a reading today. You might be feeling that you're a little bit stuck with some emotional baggage, whether or not yours or someone else's. This really calls to a need to let go and move on, and to write the card right side up so that you have progression. 6 of Swords, you can see she's a little bit sort of lost and questioning. But we have love, and we have flight, and we do have freedom. Her swords are laid to rest. So whatever situation you guys are finding yourself in, this is really about feeling like something's unresolved in this current time. Now, the things to consider or the action to take, we have 8 of Pentacles. I just love this card. Guys, this is a fairly new deck for me, but this card has popped out of the deck so many times. It's such a fun and beautiful card. 8 of Pentacles, you know, I really feel like the action to take is a little bit more of a creative action. 8 of Pentacles is about using our skills and our talents, but it's a really highly passionate card. And it talks about holding our standards and having high standards. So the action you need to take in this unresolved situation is you need to get a little bit creative and you need to set your boundaries and standards. I think for most of you, this is a love situation. You're feeling unresolved. There's some emotional baggage going on, whether or not yours or theirs. And you need to get creative. You need to drum up that passion and get past the emotional baggage and sort of the unresolved conflicts that are showing here. And you need to use your skill to set your standards. Moving forward, we have the Lovers. So a decision could be in play here. You know, I love this. They're all on flight. And I love the swirls. I'm all about swirls. Sort of like a magical ride. And the Lovers speaks to choices and decisions to make, but it also speaks of divine love. You know, we all know that the Lovers card is a beautiful yes card. So if you guys are looking for an answer to a yes or no within this, the answer is yes moving forward. You're going to have to let go of the emotional baggage and sort of overcome the unresolved issues using your creativity. Lovers is soul love, cosmic attraction. It's all about partnerships and divine romance. But it also talks about crossroads and decisions and options. So moving forward, you have options. But moving forward, you also have divine love in this situation. So let's just get some clarifier cards. I'm going to use the Moonology deck. And we're going to just clarify your situation and action. And then we're going to clarify the action and moving forward. Sort of a crossover of clarification here. So group 1 clarifier cards. All right, we have nothing is set in stone. So this emotional baggage, this feeling like something's unresolved, you know, nothing's set in stone. You have the power to change this. You have the power to use your creativity and your skill to set your standards and really, really lay the path forward for what you want. Nothing is yet set in stone. Clarifier for moving forward and action. Oh, I love that. You are very close to achieving your goals. I love, love, love all these spreads I do with the Moonology. The cards always come out very balanced in the color sets that they have in this deck. I love the water here. So we're really talking about an emotional situation. I would really think that most of you are seeking answers to a love situation with the water and then the trees looking up into the sky. This is a very romantic image here, but nothing is yet set in stone. I know you're feeling this. I know you're feeling unresolved, and I know you're feeling a little bit hiccuped, and that it's time to progress. But you hold the power for progression with this Eight of Pentacles. Use your creativity, set your standards. Love is on its way. Let's look at a spirit animal oracle for sort of a guiding message. And then I'll pull one more tarot for the outcome. All right, so group 1, guiding message for this situation. I love this, guys. Trust in the magic. We have White Raven Spirit. This is such a beautiful card. And then look at the colors as well, right? So tealy blue. I would suggest you guys meditate on this beautiful color. That you breathe in and imagine something of this color if you have trouble visualizing, or if you can visualize color like I can, then breathe in and imagine this as a light surrounding you and your situation and your partner, if we're about a partner. We're also looking at number 66. It's such a magical number. So trust in the magic. The Lovers is what's moving forward. Yes, decisions, yes, choices, but ultimate love. If you take the action of using your creativity and setting your standards. let's look at the actual outcome of this situation. Then we're going to look at some timing. Okay, group 1, outcome of this situation in this cycle. Okay, the outcome we see is the Knight of Swords. I can tell that you guys are in your head about this. Knight of Sword is very soulful. He is very wise. I almost feel like this is the person. Now, it doesn't have to be masculine energy. It can be masculine or feminine. But the outcome for you when you use your creativity and set your standards is going to be this person, rather than sort of a message of the outcome. This is, your outcome is the person. Someone who is very soulful and wise. They command attention in a very anchored way. They're logical and disciplined. But because they're soulful and wise, this really balances you. Let's look at some timing. And this is where I'm going to do something a little bit different that I haven't done in my past readings. Is I've got my favorite playing card deck that I use for readings. And I'm just going to look at the timing for how the situation feels, like when it's going to sort of roll over into the next stage. We're going to look at the timing for when you take action. And then I'm going to do some dice to show the timing of when this comes to fruition. And that we start seeing the next cycle with this person. So, group 1, timing for how the situation feels and when it comes out of this current place of feeling. Okay. It's actually going to happen right away, guys. You're already coming out of this situation. You already realize what you need to do. And I think most of you just needed to feel a little bit of a positive message here. And this is such a beautiful positive message that nothing is yet set in stone. This feeling of unresolved conflict or baggage is going to go away right away. I'm going to say within the next, starting this week, we have the Ace of Pentacles here. So, you know, Pentacles, again, about creativity. It's also about money and health and wealth. But in this case, it's really about the creativity that you're pulling forth. You're already doing that. So let's look at how soon do you take action? I kind of feel like they're telling me that this is both for that card, but let's just see what comes up. So the feeling's going to go away right away and fold into the new. And then, yeah, going into next week, guys, in the next 9 days or so, you're going to start seeing that you're taking that action where you start to set your standards, where you start to use your skills and sort of show your passions and be really diligent and active in your role in this, in overcoming these feelings that you're sitting in right now. But that's going to start to go away, those feelings, in the next day or two. So, outcome. When does this cycle sort of shift into the next cycle? And this is sort of at play here. I'm going to use my dice. Okay, this cycle is going to start unfolding into the next stage in about 6 weeks. So in about a month and a half, we're looking at into September, guys, that you start feeling this a lot more. You know, this is the progression and this is what's moving forward. And this is the outcome of having this person, this soulful, wise, logical person in your life, and moving into that next stage is coming in the next 6 weeks. So guys, overall guidance message, White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Follow me for more weekly updates and pick-a-cards. I will put my Instagram handle in the description of the video. Take care. I tried to put down group 3 and forgot about group 2's cards. Oh, the things we do. I'm lost in thought about that last reading. If you guys assigned multiple readings, multiple piles to different situations, then you'll know that pile number 1 was a really great reading. Okay. So, hi group 2. I hope you're having a beautiful day. You picked the scolecite. I love this stone. When you see it up close, and I don't know if it's going to focus, but it's crackly and shiny, but it is so light. Scolecite is really about connections. It is a stone, when you have it near you, will start bringing in patterns, and you'll start seeing connections between people and situations and information. It's really a soft, gentle energy, but it helps grow and improve relationships and bring in understanding. It stabilizes and improves your ability to connect with people and even network if we're talking about work. I love this stone. So, group 2. What should you do? We're going to look at some tarot, and I'm using my Paulina deck. Paulina Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. Love these in illustrations. It's such a beautiful deck. And then I'm going to be pulling some clarifying cards with the Moonology Oracle cards and some guidance messages with the Spirit Animal Oracle. So let's get started. What should you do? We're going to look at your situation, the 4 of Cups. We're going to be looking at action or considerations, which is the King of Wands, and moving forward, strength. These are beautiful, guys, but there is a strong message here. Okay. I'm just going to take it in. 4 of Cups. Cups are about the emotions. So right now, your situation that you find yourself in is an emotional one, or you're holding on to it emotionally. I feel like you guys are nervous about something potentially, that there's change coming, or that you feel change, or that something has shifted. And right now where you're at is a moment of contemplation, and you might feel a little bit disconnected from the world. From the world, or from the people around you, or from this situation that you're facing. I'm not quite sure whether or not this is a love reading for you guys at this point, or if this is just individual to each person with their situation that they're in at the present moment. But the 4 of Cups, you know, we can see we have, you know, our fun little character flying around and swirling around her and bringing her a cup filled with a bouquet. And she's crossing her arms and she's kind of disconnected from it. She's looking away. She's on top of a hill with all the flowers and all the cups around her, and she has everything. I even like how her feet in this little stone path create a heart feel. So she's standing on love, but she's feeling a little bit disconnected. So I really feel like that this is about turning in, that you've been turning in and feeling a little bit in contemplation and disconnected. If you're nervous about change, or you're nervous about something, it's just a message that all we need to do is breathe in and move with the times, move with the cycles, because it's bringing you something very good. The action you should take, or the considerations to think about. We've got the King of Wands. Now, wands are fire element. They are, you know, sort of our inspirations and hopes and dreams in this particular reading. Quite often about action and momentum. But in this case, I really feel like it's about hopes and dreams when it's paired with the 4 of Cups here for you. King of Wands is a leader. He's very brave and trustworthy, you know, sort of a creator. He thinks of the big picture. It brings in energy about the big picture and overcoming challenges. So the action you need to take, you really need to be brave. You really need to pull out your own ability to overcome the challenge that you're finding in feeling disconnected. You need to find that link. You know, and coming forward, we have the Strength card, and the Strength is about our confidence and charisma and finding our inner power. So whatever the situation that you guys are feeling in this, you have the answers. You are your own King of Wands. The action that you need to take is you need to trust and be brave. You need to look at the bigger picture. Whatever this situation that you're feeling disconnected from or feeling a little bit of apathy for, you need to look at the bigger picture, because moving forward, we have the Strength card, and the Strength card is such a great card. It's a yes card. So like group 1, if you're asking a yes or a no, your answer is yes. But I'm hearing to clarify that for you guys. Some of you are asking a yes or no question that you want a no to, because sometimes it depends on how we word our questions. The yes means yes in the affirmative, the positive side of the question. So if you're looking for a no, that's your yes, if that makes any sense. This is telling me that moving forward, we have it on the positive of what you're looking for. Okay, so moving forward, you gain the fortitude and the power and the endurance to carry on. This sort of leaves you behind this feeling of disconnect, and you find your strength and you find your ability to just pull in this King of Wands energy, you know, where you can see the big picture. So your action moving forward is to overcome the challenge and to look at the bigger picture. And then in moving forward, you gain your strength. So let's just pull a couple of Moonology clarifier cards. All right, guys. So clarifying how you're feeling right now in this situation with the action you need to take about looking at the bigger picture and overcoming the challenge is communication. Okay. So you guys aren't communicating. You're stuck in this feeling of sort of nervousness or apathy or disconnection, contemplation. You're kind of circling in your emotions, even though in your head and mindset, you know that you have the power. So you need to communicate. Whatever is bothering you, speak it out. However you want to do that. Bring in the King of Wands energy. Be brave. Be a leader. Set the tone and communicate. If you want to write, if you want to paint or do something artistic or creative, if you want to speak it, if there's somebody you need to speak to, be brave. Now's the time to communicate. So another clarifying card for the action and moving forward for group 2. Oh, I love this. Luck is on your side. So if you be brave and communicate, if you look at the big picture and overcome the challenge and find your strength, luck is on your side, guys. So I'm going to just look at a overall guide message for you using the Animal Oracle Spirit cards. Elephant Spirit. Okay, guys. Elephant Spirit tells us to learn from our past. Okay. Elephants have such amazing memories, and that might be why you're feeling a little bit this way right now. Where you're feeling a little bit apathetic. But learn from your past, okay? Draw on your strength. You know that when you draw on your strength and you're brave, that good things move forward for you. So learn from your past. We're going to look at one overview card for the whole situation, sort of the outcome. Group 2, outcome and overview. Okay, we have another king, a King of Pentacles. He is in reverse, but I just want to show you the card. The King of Pentacles is a grounded, patient protector. It's about abundance and prosperity, provision. There's a lot of generosity. He's able to give. Now, in reverse, if you don't listen to the message here, if you don't move forward with your bravery and your strength and communication and learning from your past when you've sort of squashed that behind, if you don't take the luck that is coming to you guys, your situation that you're sitting in now will feel a little bit indulgent and won't be internally satisfying. So the message is here is that you have the ability to do all these actions and move forward with the messages that Spirit is giving you. And abundance is coming your way. If you don't take these steps and actions, we're looking at it in a little bit of a reverse. It won't be so much abundance. You'll still have all this luck coming to you, but it's going to feel a little bit like excess and indulgence, and it won't really nourish the soul. So let's look at a little bit of timing. I'm going to, knocking things around here. I'm going to use my trusty favorite playing card deck that I use for readings. And we're just going to be looking at a little bit of timing of the situation of, you know, when this feeling comes to end, when you do start to take action. And then I'm going to also use some dice to look at timing for the cycle to roll over and when this is coming to fruition, whether or not that is upright or in an abundance or reversed in sort of indulgence. So let's just see. Okay, group 2. When does the feeling of this situation start to reside? Okay. I'd like to say that this is 4 days. I really think that this is a matter of sort of in this month, in the next 4 weeks, is when you're going to start seeing this feeling start to subside. This feeling of being disconnected and not looking at the true wealth that's coming to you. Let's just see when you start to take action. I had cards jump out here. Okay. So I had 2 cards come in. And I think this is because we have this final outcome in reverse. I think it's if you listen to the messages of communicating and finding your bravery and using your strength and learning from your past, you're going to start to take action immediately because you want this cycle of how it feels to subside. You're going to start doing that in the next couple of weeks, and then it's going to take a couple of weeks more for that feeling to just finally shift out and really feel all this luck and abundance. Okay? However, if you don't take this action, if you don't find your strength, if you don't find your bravery to communicate, however that means for you, if you don't see the luck for all the prosperity it can give you, and you just take the luck that comes your way and still hold on to this sort of feeling of nervousness, worry, then it's going to be a miss. And you're not going to take the action in the next couple of weeks. You're going to just sort of stay in this feeling. And this is when the King of Pentacles in reverse with the feeling of excess and indulgence sits with you. But if you do this, and you take those actions in the next couple of weeks and find your courage and strength, you have abundance. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on this card being upright if you do all this in the next couple of weeks and let this feeling subside. And I love that these are both hearts. They really show emotion here. So you need to dig deep. You need to drum that out of yourself, that strength. And you can do it. You've been there in past and you've seen what can happen. So communicate. And if you do all that, let's see how long it takes before you have this nourished feeling of prosperity and abundance for the next cycle to start to come into play here. Yeah, see, within the next 7 weeks, so not quite 2 months, so sort of into the beginning of October, if you do all this, you're like, I know it seems like a far ways away, but it's not. There's always a progression, and there's always other cycles playing into this cycle. But by the end of September, you could be sitting very, very strong and feeling really deeply nourished on a soul level with the abundance and prosperity you have. And you'll be able to protect yourself in future. So the next cycle moving forward, if you do all this, is going to be about 7 weeks. I hope that resonates, guys. I hope you listen to the message from guides and spirit about learning from your past. And I hope you take the action to find your courage and your strength and your ability to communicate this feeling of apathy, to really drum that out of you. I know it's hard, but you can do it. I believe in you guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be sure to post some more weekly updates and pick a card soon. Hi, Group 3. I hope you're doing well. You picked the rose quartz. And many of us know what a lovely, gentle, soft stone this is. I have rose quartz tucked in all around my table display here. Rose quartz is energy of love and compassion and nurturing. So, lovely, lovely stone to pick, Group 3. I hope you're doing well. What should you do? We're looking at some tarot cards for what you should do. I'm using the Paulina Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. Lovely, lovely deck, and they read so beautifully. What should you do? We have the situation you're in and how it feels. Right now, 3 of Cups in reverse. Action you should take or considerations to think about. Queen of Cups. Ooh, cups, cups, cups. And moving forward, we have the Sun. Guys, these are beautiful cards. Don't worry about this one being in reverse, because this is the situation you're in now. Now, normally the 3 of Cups, you know, it's sort of about the dreaming behind change coming and the progression and the rapid growth. And sorry, I don't know where I'm going with that. That is not what the 3 of Cups is about. Spirit just took me off on a, well, I think that that's a message there for you guys. So some of you may be dreaming of change and looking for growth, okay? Especially with this being in reverse. 3 of Cups is normally about celebration of the bounty, you know, sort of what you have and the connections you have, and coming together. You know, we have the whole community here of these ladies lifting their cups and all their little familiars and you know, sort of all the fruits of their labors. But I think in reverse, we're looking at a sense of isolation, where you're not quite feeling that, even though it's possible. You're sitting here dreaming of change and growth and to expand. but right now you're isolating yourself. Emotionally, you are feeling isolated, but it's your own doing. Okay, so the things to consider and the actions moving forward. Queen of Cups. You know, the Queen of Cups is super mysterious and inspired. This is a very calm energy, very comforting. She encompasses all the growth and life and ability to move forward emotionally. So the action you need to take from this sense of self-isolation, or even if somebody, I think some of you may be feeling like you're being isolated or that you're being shut out of a situation. Regardless of whatever it is, you need to draw on the energy of the Queen of Cups. You need to be a little bit empathetic. If you're being shut out by a group or a person or a situation that you feel is really good and should be full of celebration, you need to be a little bit empathetic in this time. You need to take the stance of trying to feel what they might be feeling, or not really what their actions are showing, but really truly delving in and understanding that we all have our issues, we all have our troubles, we all have our successes, and you need to be empathetic to that. If you are isolating yourself from a situation and you're dreaming of progress and change, and you're just kind of not really doing it, but you can see it, you also need to draw on the energy of the Queen of Cups in just being calm, taking comfort in that feeling of hope, and really start dreaming about it. And in your action and considerations are to start feeling that rather than thinking about it. This is all about feelings and emotions here, guys. It's really, really heavy with that. What's coming forward is the Sun. Look how fun this card is. You know, we have our little, I don't know, little fairy or imp or riding a hummingbird, and the sun and the sunflowers and all the flowers and little bugs. It's just such a happy card. The Sun is a yes card. So in group 1, 2, and 3, our moving forward cards are yes cards. So if you're asking a yes or a no, the answer is yes. The Sun is about joy and celebration and pleasure. There's happiness coming your way, and the growth is coming that I started to speak of here in this card in the beginning. So growth is coming, and you're going to be on your way. I'm just going to use some Moonology cards, some oracles, to give you a little bit of guidance. Group 3, show us a message, clarification for how it feels and the action to take. Guys, the answers you need are coming. So you might be isolated or shut out of a situation or something good that you're seeing from the outside, or you might be doing that to yourself, but the answers are coming. Okay, so be empathetic. Find your inspiration. Stay calm. Comfort yourself with the emotions of goodness and hope and dreams. Happiness is coming. The answers you need are coming, and they're coming forth. Let's just get some more clarification about the actions and moving forward. Group 3. Okay, there we go. Work through your fears. So in the actions and in order to move forward into this happiness and success and growth, you need to work through your fears. And I feel like that this is where this is coming from. Whether or not you guys are being shut out or isolated or stopped from this celebration, in this community feel, in this friendship or partnership, or whether or not you're doing it to yourself and standing on the sidelines, You need to work through your fears. It's your fears blocking things. So work through them. Take comfort. Look at your emotions. And